Chapter 1. Introduction to Toddler Tennis. Yes, it's the right time, and no, they're not too young. I was a stand-up comedian for 20 plus years, a professional tennis instructor for 25 years, and I've now been a parent for 5 years. From my combined experience in these realms, I have learned why America loses its best athletes to other sports by age 3. It's too hard. A child's first experience with a sport must be fun, successful, and teach new skills. Even if the goal is merely to produce a well-adjusted child learning a hobby and not a world-class athlete, we still must set toddlers up to succeed. Success doesn't mean winning the US Open. It means learning a sport they'll enjoy forever. The old-fashioned, traditional model of parents teaching toddlers went something like this. A parent drives a child to an adult-sized tennis court with a hopper of yellow balls and a child-sized tennis racket, stands them at the net, and tosses them balls. Within minutes, the child and parent both get frustrated and the child wants out. The parent gives up and assumes the child just wasn't ready. Or maybe worse, tennis isn't their sport. But if that parent watches carefully during ball pickup time, the child happily runs around picking up balls and dropping them into the basket. Why? Because the child can actually do that. Therein lies the secret. Simplify until the task is doable. A toddler cannot get it wrong or fail at the task. The teacher failed to simplify it. The purpose of toddler tennis is to guide a child through movements that form muscle memory. Around 2010, the United States Tennis Association adapted its teaching method for kids aged 3 and older to the Quick Start method. This system uses soft foam balls, a smaller court, and a lower net, or even just a ribbon tied across 2 posts instead of a net. For 2-year-olds, that's still too hard. Parents, we are competing against iPads, the most hypnotic, easy-to-use, and addictive devices ever handed to a child. To engage toddlers, we can excite them by removing all the hardest learning barriers, including the net, yellow traditional balls, the court, and sometimes even the racket. What? Is that even still tennis, you may wonder? Yes, we are priming your child for tennis. In psychology, priming is a technique in which the introduction of one stimulus influences how people respond to a subsequent stimulus. We will teach your toddler tennis without your child really knowing they are learning tennis. After completing these games and exercises, your child's reflexes, dexterity, coordination, muscle memory, and understanding will improve, and new neural pathways will form. By using this book at age 2, your child is primed for quicker success when, at age 3, they are introduced to a 19-inch racket, red foam balls, and a miniature net and court. The physical and mental benefits of starting tennis properly at age 2 include promoting brain development, motor skills, and cognitive skills such as visual perception and decision-making abilities. This early mental stimulation contributes to their overall cognitive growth and sets a foundation for future learning and problem-solving skills. Additionally, tennis promotes social interaction as children learn to play with others and follow instructions from coaches or parents. Moreover, by communicating with their coach or parents during the lessons, children develop language skills, improve their ability to understand and follow directions, and enhance their overall communication skills. Lastly, starting tennis lessons early not only nurtures their physical abilities, but also fosters a positive attitude towards sports and an active lifestyle. In conclusion, 2-year-olds are not too young to start playing tennis. With the right equipment, adapted lessons, and a fun and inclusive approach, they can begin their journey into the world of tennis. Note: if you still think age 2 is too young to plan which sport your child plays, it is actually late by some standards. Consider these 2 examples. Example number 1. In the book Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell describes Canadian hockey parents who plan the conception and pregnancy of their babies so they'll be born in January or February. That gives a child more physical growth time and playing experience over babies born 10 or 11 months later in December of the same calendar year. Since junior leagues group children by age, such as 3 years of age, 4 years of age, etc., a January baby has a massive advantage since they've been playing hockey for 10 months, before the December child ever stepped onto the ice. By age 4, those bigger, more skilled players already outshine smaller, younger players, which gets noticed by coaches. Coaches give extra attention and playing time to better players, which further catapults stronger players forward, elevating and separating them from the herd. Mentally, those 3 and 4-year-old top players and smaller ones have already formed opinions internally about how good or bad they are at hockey, which either fuels their ambitions or dispirits them and leads them elsewhere. Example number 2. Richard Williams, father of Serena and Venus Williams, aka King Williams, from the recent movie starring Will Smith, told his wife Oracene before the girls were conceived, "Go get in the bedroom, we gonna make us a couple of champions." Wait, is this a book about psychotic tennis parenting? No, this book is about the importance of nurturing early toddler development and setting our kids up to love a sport and succeed at it. Successful learning starts with skillful teaching. I have been a toddler tennis specialist for decades, and you're about to become one as well. So let's lace up our sneakers and get ready to embark on this exciting tennis adventure with our little ones. Chapter 2. Getting started. Bubble wands, balloons, and beach balls. In The Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi ingeniously employed unconventional teaching methods, utilizing household chores to train muscle memory and an overall skill set without his karate student Daniel realizing it. Drawing inspiration from this approach, we can incorporate a progression of activities involving soap bubble wands, balloons, and beach balls to develop crucial skills in 2-year-olds, such as eye-hand coordination, reflexes, running to the ball, hitting the ball, and swinging at a moving object. The benefits of soap bubble wands. Soap bubble wands serve as an incredible tool for engaging toddlers in an activity that enhances their motor skills. The simple act of blowing bubbles presents a magical experience that captivates their attention, making it an effective technique for teaching them to track and reach moving objects. As they pop the bubbles with their hands, children develop hand-eye coordination, building their ability to anticipate and react quickly. This activity not only brings joy but also helps to sharpen reflexes and improve hand-eye coordination, vital skills for any sport. When your child pops a giant 2 or 3-inch spherical soap bubble, it makes a satisfying splash and lets your child feel powerful. It also lets them get a bit messy, which is every child's right and privilege. As a target, a soap bubble is so massive and moves so slowly through the air that any child can catch it. Yet there is still a time-sensitive element because the bubble does move and float through the air. Also, the child quickly learns that the bubble will pop and disappear when it floats into any nearby object, so the child instantly learns to chase it fast. Aside from soap bubble wands that produce giant bubbles, there are also battery-operated machines that spew out dozens of small soap bubbles. Those work great too. Note: your child must wear sneakers. Crocs or sandals cause your child to trip and fall. Sneakers provide lateral support and let a child properly accelerate and decelerate. Since this soap bubble game is probably happening outside, unless you want to soak your house in slimy bubble soap, sneakers protect their feet and maintain balance. My toddler skinned his knees many times until we swapped the Crocs for proper sneakers. Also remember that they have only recently learned how to walk and run. Hitting with balloons. Balloons provide an excellent introduction to the concept of hitting a ball. Their lightness and slower movement in the air make them an ideal option for young children learning to hit a moving object. Begin by gently tossing the balloon toward your child, encouraging them to make contact with their hand, racket, or any other suitable object. As they strike the balloon, they develop hand-eye coordination and timing and fine-tune their ability to gauge distance and trajectory. These fundamental skills serve as building blocks for hitting a tennis ball with precision. Balloons can be used either indoors or outdoors. However, outdoors, even a slight breeze can blow the balloon out of your child's range too quickly. Balloons work better inside where there's not much air movement. Assuming you have child-proofed the room, we'll get to that later, the furniture won't break because even after powing a balloon as hard as your child can, it slows down almost instantly since it has little weight or mass. Note: your child might enjoy popping the balloon, which makes a loud noise. Great! A whole bag of balloons only costs $1 or $2. Bring a dozen balloons to each session and maybe even let your child throw them at your head, and vice versa. It won't hurt. Inflated, tied-off balloons teach in slow motion how to gauge the speed of a moving object and timing, and help improve reflexes and reactions. But it's fun and instructional to blow up a balloon and, before tying it off in a knot, let it propel itself and deflate while it flies across the room, making that awesome fart sound. It will zoom through the air faster than your child can catch it, but it's important for two reasons. 1. It's fun and funny. 2. After a few of those rocket-fast deflating balloons shoot past them, hitting a slow-moving tied-off balloon is easy. So, parents and coaches, please feel free to be a clown or a human target during all of this. Most love to pow their coach or parent with the ball and watch you dramatically fall onto the floor. No, this won't turn your child into a violent people hitter. It's natural curiosity and fun, a chance for a child to feel powerful and playful. Beach balls. As children's proficiency grows, it's time to introduce beach balls into the training regimen. These bigger soft balls provide an excellent stepping stone toward hitting a more substantial object. The manageable size and texture of beach balls make them easy for toddlers to interact with, building their confidence and allowing them to develop the necessary skills for tennis. First, roll the beach ball on the floor toward your child and encourage them to swing their racket or hand to make contact. Initially, focus on gentle and controlled hits, gradually scaling up the pace and intensity as your child becomes more comfortable. After rolling a few balls that they successfully hit, toss one so it bounces before they swing. Through these exercises, children further enhance their hand-eye coordination, precision, and control when hitting a moving object. An added benefit to beach balls is they make a loud boom when hit. As you may have noticed by now, whether it's your child spraying a garden hose, popping a balloon, making a mess with food, or sometimes even scaring you by climbing up onto a high countertop. Kids love to do things that say, "Look what a big noise and mess I can make." Let them unload on that beach ball and hit a home run. Creating a positive learning environment. During my years working as a comedian at the Comedy Store in Hollywood, a fellow comedian once taught me the 3 F's. Be funny. If you can't be funny, keep things fun. If you can't keep it fun, at least be friendly. Throughout these activities, it is crucial to create a positive learning environment for your child. Keep the sessions lighthearted and enjoyable, allowing your child to explore and experiment at their own pace. Celebrate their progress and achievements, regardless of how small they may seem, to foster a sense of accomplishment and nurture their passion for tennis. Encouragement and support are key factors in maintaining their enthusiasm and motivation. The ideal tennis coach is part clown, part instructor, and part child psychologist. Stationary objects versus moving objects. The previous games involve moving objects. You also have the option of employing stationary objects to make contact easier. One way to do this is using a T-ball stand from Little League Baseball. Place any of the aforementioned balls onto the stand and step away. Then demonstrate how they can step up and swing at the ball teed up on the stand. Another version of this is using small orange cones and placing a ball onto each cone, even a row of 10 cones with balls atop them. Have the child swing and knock each ball off the cone, one after another. Another method is to rig a fishing pole so that a wiffle ball hangs like bait from the hook or fishing line tied through it. This method lets you suspend the ball floating mid-air. You can then lower the ball precisely into the hitting zone of the child's swing. After the child hits the ball far away, you can reel it back in and repeat the game. The journey continues. In the forthcoming chapters, we will delve even deeper into footwork fundamentals and introduce additional exercises that enhance your child's balance and agility on the court. Through these progressive activities, we will continue to build upon the foundation laid with soap bubble wands, balloons, and beach balls. Get ready for an exciting journey into the world of 2-year-old tennis, armed with these engaging tools. Chapter 3. Creating an indoor home court. Find a room you can trash. An ideal safe room for your child's indoor home court offers a haven where they can freely express their passion for tennis while providing a secure environment. To ensure the safety and enjoyment of your little one, it is important to consider several key features when setting up this space. Flooring. The flooring of the safe room plays a crucial role in creating a comfortable and safe playing surface. Opting for carpeting is highly recommended as it offers a softer landing in case of falls or tumbles. Ensure that the carpet is securely attached and doesn't have any loose edges that could lead to tripping accidents. A carpeted floor also helps reduce noise and provides a gentle surface for playing. Remember that the ball won't need to bounce on the floor at this stage since we will toss 95% of the shots to the child in the air. Maybe a remaining 5% of shots will happen if rallies with a slow-moving balloon occur, but hitting off the bounce is extremely hard for a 2-year-old and thus to be avoided. Furniture and decorations. When designing the safe room, it is essential to prioritize safety. Avoid including any breakable furniture or hanging light fixtures that could potentially fall and cause harm. Similarly, refrain from hanging framed pictures or artwork on the walls, as they may become hazardous if they accidentally fall. Ensure that all furniture is child-friendly and does not have any sharp corners or edges. Additionally, having plenty of pillows strategically placed around the room can act as buffers and barriers, protecting your child from potential collisions with walls or furniture. Music and atmosphere. Music can be a fantastic addition to the safe room, creating an energetic and vibrant atmosphere for your child. Utilizing an iPhone or a portable speaker system can serve as a stereo, allowing you to play tunes while they engage in their tennis activities. Not only does music add energy to the room, but it can also motivate and uplift their spirits as they practice their skills. Safety considerations. While it is important to focus on creating an engaging and stimulating environment, safety should always remain a top priority. Always make sure that the safe room is properly child-proofed, including outlet covers, cord organizers, and cabinet locks. Regularly inspect the room for any potential hazards and address them promptly. By proactively maintaining a safe space, you can ensure your child can explore and play without unnecessary risks. Lighting and ambiance. The lighting in the safe room significantly impacts the overall ambiance and functionality of the space. Natural light from windows is excellent. Artificial light from overhead lighting, such as lights sunken into the ceiling, track lighting, or a ceiling fan with lights, is also great. Sufficient brightness helps us see the ball easily. It also keeps an uplifting ambiance. These details may seem obvious or simple, but a toddler's mood is a sensitive state, changing each second. We want to stack all the odds in our favor to keep their attention, focus, and spirits up. Temperature and ventilation. Maintaining a comfortable temperature within the safe room is essential, as it enables your child to play without feeling too hot or cold. Ensure that the room is adequately insulated and equipped with appropriate heating or cooling mechanisms. Adequate ventilation is also crucial to maintain air quality and prevent the room from becoming stuffy. I like a ceiling fan to promote airflow throughout the space. If the room is too stuffy or warm, your child will overheat or become fatigued quickly. Storage and organization. A clutter-free and well-organized safe room not only provides a safer environment, but also enhances your child's ability to focus and engage in tennis activities. Install shelves or cabinets that are easily accessible but out of reach for your little one. This allows you to neatly store away toys, equipment, and other items when not in use, promoting a clean and organized space. We want this child free to run, dive, fall, swing, and smash balls anywhere, without colliding into the cabinet corners, bed frames, shelving, etc. An empty, minimalist appearance is ideal. Inspirational decor. Creating an inspiring atmosphere within the safe room can further ignite your child's passion for tennis. Consider hanging motivational posters or displaying pictures of well-known tennis players, showcasing the achievements and dedication that come with the sport. Visual cues like these shape a child's internal story about this sport. Heroes and role models cultivate the imagination and enthusiasm of a child learning a sport. Acoustic ambience. Pay attention to the acoustics of the safe room, as it can greatly impact the atmosphere. Excessive external noise can be distracting and overwhelming. Carpet, curtains, and drapes are acoustic buffers that absorb sound. Hardwood floors and undecorated plain walls create echoes. Echoes actually can work both ways, either for you or against you. Some kids love the amplified sound and thunderous boom of each shot and its echo. For others, the echo is overwhelming and makes listening to instructions tougher. Gauge your child's reaction to the acoustics of your room and tweak as needed. Many a coach has gone hoarse yelling instructions and comments across a full-sized court to a student who strains to hear them, eventually leading to the pro calling the student up to net to speak closer. Fortunately, in our 2-year-old tennis scenario, we are most likely inside a small playroom in the home, which makes hearing easy. The size of the room matters. Teaching tennis in a massive gymnasium or even outdoor court is overwhelming to a toddler. There are too many distractions. In a gym, sound echoes loudly off the hardwood parquet floor. The high ceilings, expandable bleachers, basketball hoops and backboards, and other classes nearby create visual and audible distractions. Outdoor courts also present distractions: sun, heat, cold, wind, leaves and twigs, bugs and squirrels and birds, and nearby sounds from cars and roads and other playgrounds. An indoor room the size of a bedroom or playroom around 14 feet by 14 feet focuses the attention within a setting that is manageable and free of outside distraction. By considering all the aforementioned aspects of the environment, you can create an extraordinary safe room that not only provides a secure space for your child's indoor home court, but also fosters their enthusiasm for tennis. The combination of a well-lit, well-ventilated, and organized space, along with motivational decor and pleasing acoustics, establishes an immersive and inspiring environment for your child to thrive in their tennis journey. Chapter 4. Happy Feet. Fun ways to get them moving. In this chapter, we will explore a variety of engaging warm-up games and exercises for 2-year-olds that will not only get them moving but also help develop their coordination and motor skills. These activities are designed to make their warm-up time enjoyable while preparing their bodies for tennis. Remember, we are priming them, so each movement described here, no matter how simple, silly, or fun it may seem, recurs later down the road at ages 3, 4, and beyond when real tennis occurs on a real tennis court. The older version of your child has more fluidity of motion and is less likely to stumble when needed movements are introduced at age 2. Jumping. Jumping is a fantastic activity to kickstart a warm-up session. It helps strengthen leg muscles, improves balance, and is a great way to get their energy flowing. You can set up a soft landing space using a mattress, a carpeted floor, or gymnasium mats. This provides a safe environment for them to jump, ensuring they don't get injured while having fun. Toddler trampolines have handlebars to hold onto while bouncing. Mattresses have bed springs. The rebound effect of these both make jumping easier. Dancing. Dancing achieves what jumping does but also adds fun, silliness, and self-expression. My first tennis coach, Jerry Aileen at Hudson Valley Indoor Tennis in Hastings, New York, asked me and every child in their first lesson, "What's the most important thing in tennis?" The child usually gets serious and ponders the answer, then replies with something like, "Watch the ball?" Jerry then laughs and says, "Always have fun." For 2-year-olds especially, we want to avoid being ultra serious. Play some upbeat music. Perhaps your child already has favorite songs to get them dancing. Then let's all shake our butts and move it. Bubble pack. For a unique and exciting warm-up experience, you can incorporate jumping on bubble pack material. The loud popping noise is fun. Lay out a large sheet of bubble wrap on the ground and let them jump on it, aiming to pop as many bubbles as possible. This playful activity not only boosts their excitement levels, but also helps improve coordination and rhythm. Jumping on bubble pack offers a tactile sensation and can be an excellent exercise to engage their senses while getting them warmed up physically. Red light, green light. This classic children's footwork game never gets old. We explain the rules. Green light means run, yellow light means walk slowly, and red light means stop. Then start your child at one end of the room. You can even join alongside and do it with them. Yell green light and watch them go. Then yell red light. Together you stop. Then say, yellow light, and walk in slow motion together. Simple, right? It teaches acceleration, deceleration, speed, and balance, and conditions fast reaction time, all within a game. Rope ladders. Rope ladders are brilliant. They provide a visual target for where to place each step. Try hopscotch, forward jumps, walking backwards, split step, or shuffling sideways. Tennis requires moving in all directions. The sooner movement in all directions is introduced, the better. To further engage their imagination and improve flexibility, incorporate animal movements into rope ladder exercises such as crawling on all fours like a bear, hopping like a bunny or frog, and shuffling sideways like a crab. Balloon volleyball. Transition now into balloon volleyball, which is a more interactive warm-up game. Inflate a balloon and pow it back and forth using your hands. No net is necessary. The balloon is simply a lure to magnetically draw the child to chase a moving object, but really this is all about the number of steps taken. If you've worn a Fitbit while playing tennis or soccer or any other ball-chasing sport, it's astounding afterward to see you've just taken 4,000 steps when you never once even thought about taking steps. So in balloon volleyball, as in tennis, our eye is on the ball, but our feet are scampering quickly over every inch of court. In each of these games, tailor the task to the child's current ability level and don't force an agenda. If they struggle with one type of movement, switch to an easier one. 6 months down the road, they will probably be able to do it. The approach is demonstrate and guide, but if their reflexes, balance, reactions, or hand-eye coordination isn't there yet, just work with what they can do. Remember, it is essential to make these warm-up games age-appropriate, adapting them to your child's abilities and comfort level. The primary goal is to make the warm-up session enjoyable, engaging them physically and mentally while preparing them for their exciting tennis session. By incorporating activities like jumping on a mattress or bubble pack, running relays, balloon volleyball, and animal movements, you create a dynamic warm-up routine that encourages their physical development and sets the stage for a successful tennis experience. Chapter 5. Hand-eye coordination, waffles and alligators. In this chapter, we will explore various fun and engaging exercises to help enhance your child's hand-eye coordination, a crucial skill in the game of tennis. By improving their reflexes through play, your 2-year-old will develop the coordination needed to successfully hit the ball and react to their opponent's shots. Hand-eye coordination is a complex skill that involves the synchronizing of visual information with motor responses. It involves the ability to perceive an object visually, track its movement, and then coordinate the movements of the eyes, hands, and fingers to interact with the object effectively. Developing hand-eye coordination at a young age lays the foundation for success in sports and other activities that require quick reactions and precise movements. Hand-eye coordination is crucial for various activities including sports, writing, painting, and even everyday tasks like tying shoelaces or buttoning a shirt. By improving hand-eye coordination in your child from an early age, you are setting them up for success in these activities. Tennis, in particular, requires excellent hand-eye coordination, as players must track the ball visually and react quickly to hit it with precision and accuracy. Alligator catch, also known as ball catch and throw. A simple yet effective exercise to enhance hand-eye coordination is the ball catch and throw. This exercise helps your child practice visually tracking and accurately judging the speed, trajectory, and direction of a moving object. Encourage them to catch the ball by clapping both hands together like an alligator closing its jaws and chomping onto the ball. Start by standing a few feet apart from your child and gently toss a soft foam. Quick start tennis ball toward them. At just the right moment, as the ball sails within reach, say "now" and demonstrate catching. Explain and demonstrate the difference between underhand tossing and overhand throwing. Have the child say each word out loud while you demonstrate what each method looks like. Underhand is easier. My child likes to throw overhand but has no control or aim doing so. Still, he prefers the challenge of overhand versus underhand. The great part about overhand throwing is that it's the same exact motion as serving, minus the racket. So, as the child improves at throwing overhand, they are primed to start serving down the road a bit. With each style of tossing, both underhand and overhand, put a ball into their hand and always guide their arm movement the first time, then let them do it alone. At age 2, tossing a ball is easier than catching a ball. If they drop the ball every time, use a balloon instead. If they can't do it in the first 5 tries, move on to something else and try again in a few months. Waffle face. Another enjoyable activity to improve hand-eye coordination is waffle face, which is like a volley. The child holds the racket grip with both hands directly in front of their face. It's like a waffle when looking through the string pattern. Toss a balloon directly to the center, the sweet spot of the racket face. Most toddlers can easily swat a balloon and even a soft foam ball away with the racket. This is priming them to volley, but teaching it in an ultra-safe and fun way. Proper technique for volleying is of course very different and involves a forehand and backhand, but don't get hung up on that now. We are developing hand-eye coordination, not teaching proper volley technique yet. Also, do not use adult yellow balls in this exercise because inevitably they will time it wrong and totally miss the ball at some point and the ball will hit them in the face. If a balloon or foam ball hits their face, they won't mind and may even laugh. If it's an adult yellow ball that hits their face, no good. Conclusion: defining success. By incorporating these fun and interactive exercises into your coaching sessions with your 2-year-old, you can effectively enhance their hand-eye coordination. Engaging in activities that require visual tracking, timing, and coordination will develop their reflexes and skill set in the game of tennis and beyond. Remember to always prioritize safety and provide a supportive and encouraging environment. With time, practice, and patience, your child will develop the reflexes and coordination needed to excel in various activities requiring hand-eye coordination, setting them up for success in their future endeavors. Playing tennis with your child as a parent is a precious time that goes beyond the pursuit of competitive success. It is an opportunity to foster physical, mental, and emotional growth in your child, which holds greater significance. Success should not be measured by winning the US Open, but rather by the connection you build with your child and the guidance you provide, instilling in them the belief that they are capable of achieving great things. The physical coordination and self-belief developed in toddlerhood extend to various other aspects of a child's life as they grow. Even if your child later develops a preference for other sports, the foundation you laid during these hours and exercises together serves as the building blocks for their future endeavors. In Andre Agassi's book, Open, he reveals a secret. He despised tennis. His abusive father coerced him into becoming a champion, creating his disdain for the sport. Fortunately, the opposite can also be true. A positive first experience with tennis, guided by a fun and skilled teacher, can leave a lasting impression. Tennis is more than just an activity, exercise, or sport. It is a means of connecting people. Teaching a child tennis is a way of transmitting love, communication, and connection. The external validation provided by parents or coaches emotionally reinforces toddlers. Many of us have learned various skills, sports, or academic subjects as children because we were fortunate enough to have exceptional teachers who made learning enjoyable, regardless of the subject matter. People of all ages experience pleasure when they perform well, and frustration when they struggle to achieve a goal. While adults often burden themselves with expectations and pressure, children approach tennis as a clean slate. If we fill their experience with moments of satisfaction, they will crave more. When the task becomes too easy, they will seek a greater challenge. This is when we raise the bar, whether in drills, games, or as they grow older, by facing more skilled opponents or participating in higher-level tournaments. As a coach, you can take pride in achieving these goals, even if the child is not your biological one. Any coach who applies the principles outlined in this book will have a surplus of clients and will become highly regarded both financially and in terms of appreciation and reputation as a true difference maker in the lives of children. A child's athletic career may extend until the end of high school or college. Ideally, by that time, their favorite sports will have become lifelong exercise habits. The fluid athleticism developed through sports learned at a young age surpasses that acquired as an adult. However, frustrations, negative experiences, and financial barriers can hinder progress. With the right approach, a skillful teacher, whether a parent or hired instructor, can overcome these obstacles and set a child up for success and fulfillment. It is worth noting that the top tennis players in the world continue playing the sport even after retiring from competitive play. This demonstrates that their love for tennis goes beyond monetary rewards and fame. Although it may seem far-fetched, our children will eventually become working adults with families of their own. The true value of tennis lies in providing physical exercise within a social setting, which contributes to a lifetime of happiness.